Okay, so I'll start with XRP, and I'm going to zoom out. This is the 15-minute arc. I'm going to zoom out on this first and just show you something. Yeah. So I'm putting it on the 1 hour. I'll actually put it on the 2 hour, because when I zoom out, I'm going to show you this white line. Yeah. Maybe I need to put it on the 4 hour. Sorry, there's the hour. My apologies. Okay, so now here's the 15-minute chart and mapped out all the 15-minute arcs, and let me just maybe put it on the 2 hour. So I want you to look at this line here, Okay, so from the top to the bottom, you can see it here. There's the wick. It broke through here, and one of these impulse corrections failed, spilled down again. Impulse correction failed, spilled again, the big spill, sideways. Impulse correction again, and then failed, but bounced along this red line here until it collapsed. Yeah. And here we are. So I'm going to zoom in now. This white line bounced along it here, and here we are on this white line again. And the question is have we bottomed in this arc? Have we hit the bottom, or is there one more to go? I thought there was one more to go, and I basically said when this breaks, I reckon it's going to head down. And it broke, and then turned around, and boom, up it went. Now this is it. This is again this impulse has completed as I see it, and it's correcting. But the question is this a third spike, or is this mid-range high, and we're due another drop, possibly to this yellow line here, or is this it, and we're finding our way up to do a mountain peak, and probably floating back up around the range 35 to 38, somewhere in here to do an impulse up. Yeah. So that's it, and it's very smooth the way this line connects. But this line has also shown that it can be collapsed back into. So that's what I'm showing. So that's what I'm thinking. That's where I'm at. Are we heading up, or is this a correction like we've seen previously, and then we're just heading back for a spill again? So that's the question I'm asking. That's what I'm looking at. So now when I flick into, I'll do this first. You can see the channel. I put this channel on. I'll do it this way, and you can see with this drop down, very simple channel, nice tight channel. Again, look at the impulse correction, breaks it, spills. Here we go again. Breaks it a little bit, spills, breaks it again, spills. So again, is at the bottom, or are we going to come back into this channel and head on down? Yeah. There's a center line here. You can see there's a center line here, works all the way through. So potentially again, we're looking at 26.5 there as another target where you get a spill down, maybe another little correction, and then a spill down. You can see the way it's working down through. When I zoom in a little bit, you can see the way it's working down through the channel lines here. Yeah. Drops down 2, comes up 1. Drops down 2, back up 1. Down 2-ish, 2 and a bit. Back up 1 and a bit. Then it's a biggie. 1, 2, 3, 4 down. So with such a big drop, you would expect that there'd be a retrace. And again, it's back up 2. You know, down another 1, 2, 3, 4. Back up another 1, 2. So again, a lot of consolidation here. It's just the question is, do we have another one, or are we going up? So now this is the channel. I'm waiting to see if it's going to come back into it. So now I'm looking at the EMAs. I'm going to go to the 4 hour, because I keep reminding myself about this. The 20 crossed the 55 on the 4 hour. a minimum 20% drop up to potentially a 50% drop. Yeah. I think this could be, by the time, if it does go down another level, we're looking at maybe a 32% drop. Yeah. So from here, where it actually crosses, at the moment, we've done a 26-27% drop. 32% drop, 33% drop will be taking us down to 26-27. So you can see in and around 32 to 34 would take us between 26 and 28 or so. Again, if it was going to go, yeah. So that's I'm looking at this, and you can see that the 4 hour, the 20 on the 4 hours, gradually going a bit sideways, yeah. But now let's look at what's. You can hear that, Michael. is the 3 hour? Is you can see the 3 hour again is coming close but not tested. The 2 hour, again a touch off it here and a touch off it here, and the 20 only. And then the 1 hour, again you can see there was more touches on the 1 hour, a break through the 20 here, a break through the 20 here, still hasn't touched the 55. So you can see with regards to the early EMAs that they're not being tested very much at the moment. When you go to the 15 minute, where this is where what's going on at the moment is a little bit of a decider, is the 15 minute broke here, come all the way down here until it broke back up. So the 15 minute was this correction. 15 minute breaks again, and then it heads down. There's a retrace here, heads down. Now look, it's just after breaking above here. The question is it breaking above to head back up, or are we still just in one of these corrections? So I think the answer is on the 5 minute. So what broke this correction here was the 5 minute. When you see the lift, when the 5 minute crosses, we head back down. Okay, so here we have the 5 minute, pulling it down here, and again the question is just quickly back to 15 for a sec. Is price action is sitting on the 55 at the moment? Okay, and the question is, are we going up? Maybe we're going up for one more level. Maybe it's a bigger one, or will the 5 minute pull it down? But can the 20 here break the 55? So I was looking at the 1 minute, and the 1 minute had gone. It nearly looks like it's going to go the other way now. The 2 minute had gone. Again, it looks like it's going, doing a bit of a wave. Then the 3 minute, this is where I was before we went live. The 3 minute, is it going to go? And again, a little bit of a pushback here. But again, what can happen is this can do a little lift. 3 minute turns, snaps down, and all of a sudden we're getting that big drop. Because you can see this is the impulse, and again this looks like it's in its correction format, yeah, and that this is just part of the waves down. So it does to me look like it's going to come down. So just the wave here, just see it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're on the correction down, yeah. But again, until you see the 5 break, until I see the 5 break, I'm not convinced that we're heading back down proper yet. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. On the daily, again, you can see these lines are long-term support lines that go all the way back to the first bull run of XRP. These lines go through its full history. Yeah, you can see how it wicked onto this one. This is a really important line, but it broke it, and now it's after wicking on right onto this one. Yeah, so you can see the daily is at the moment a retrace, but this was on the first half of the day yesterday. I believe this was fairly green as well. So this can be green, you know. Later on today, the 12 o'clock can turn. Today, 12 hour can turn, and again, it can turn red and head on down. So, or maybe it's a retrace day and a continuation tomorrow. But everything's happening pretty fast at the moment. So yeah, things are moving. This is all moving pretty fast. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. But again, if this breaks down the next level here is again, I'm looking at 26.69, 27 or so, 27.7. Now I also have this red channel here. Yeah, this red line, support line here. But the channel here will be 26. There's other support lines here as well. So again, anything in between, 26 and 27, 28 is definitely on the cards if it's coming down. So that's what I'm looking at the moment. And then just with the MAs, one of my other points about there's a lot coming down for this to get up and fight against. There's a lot to get through. So my simple point about that is that if it wants to break all those EMAs, is we need a drop where you get a nice long drop, and then that gets price action well enough away from the EMAs, and that it allows a lot of the MAs to turn around and get underneath and to get a good lift. At the moment, there are very few MAs underneath to get a lift. So they need a nice drop to get that turn and get that lift going. As it is now, it's going to really struggle to move this. Again, not unless the market makers have decided this is the bottom, this is it, and then up we go. Yeah. But I'm here's the 1 hour. Look, there's the 50 sitting there. That's not going to be so easy to get past. When you flick to the 2 hour, there's the 20 and 20 pink one, MA, and EMA, the white one, again already rejecting it. Yeah, and it's coming down very strong, so that's not going to be so easy to break. Plus, look where the 5 and 10 are. While the 5 and 10 there are giving a bit of support, they're nowhere near this MA. The space here is too big. This guy can just keep pushing down. Yeah. So not going to flick through them all, but you can see there's a lot coming down and there's very little underneath. So what's required is space. Create space to get the turn, to create the lift. It's just the way of it, yeah. And then I think I'll just show you one more. Was it the 10 hour? There's one of these here. There's one of these here that this recent lift came right to. I think it was the 9 hour. Is this one here came right up and hit the head of the 9 hour, got rejected. So you can see even the 8 hour, the 9 hour, their 5 MAs are coming down and pushing. So anyway, so I think there's more down to go. I think there's more down to go, just by the nature of what I'm looking at. But I wasn't expecting such a snap up when this happened. Yeah. So, but there you go. That's where I am for now. We can have questions later on. Mahela, do you want to take over?
Yes. Okay.
I
will start sharing my screen.
And then give me one moment to put it up.
Sure.
I'll stop sharing mine. Okay, so.
Okay.
Yeah, off we go.
The screen is on, right? You can see my ETH page.
Yes, we can, yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you. Yeah. So I muted myself so you could talk. So.
Super. Now I can start, right?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So I'm going to start with ETH, the 1 hour time frame, the shorter time frame first, to see where we are. Just a note: both ETH and Bitcoin were really annoying last night because they came super close to the targets that I had set, but didn't quite touch them. They did both make another leg down, and it was quite a substantial leg down from where they were. Last night we were looking at this bear pendant of about 900. but the support that would have held it was around 1100, and it did. So my target was 1066, and ETH came as close to 1073. Quite annoying. Bitcoin did a similar move, and then snapped up. Now I have my two scenarios for ETH, which are still in play. Because the move last night was quite abrupt, we are looking at two possibilities. ETH continuing with a sharp V-shaped recovery upwards. So let me just change this path and make it a little bit clearer. So coming from here, testing the 1350, maybe staying a little bit around it, and then moving on to the 1500s, if it, of course, holds the 1350. That's the up scenario. Now, this V-shaped recovery is not very common. It is a pattern, and it does happen, but I wouldn't say this is the probable scenario. I would say the more probable scenario would be we make a W formation or a double bottom or an inverse head and shoulders formation here and move up. So that would be the sustainable move up. So for that to happen, we already have a shoulder here. We have a head here. So based on my experience and seeing how lifts generally happen, we should be making a higher low somewhere around here. And the smiley face means happy times were going up. So unless I see a strong formation on the hour, and I am emphasizing the hour because the 15-minute is quite volatile at this time, so we want to see a strong formation on the hour. It might take a while for it to form, but it has a higher probability. I wouldn't go into a trade or consider a trading option. So this would be the neck of the head and shoulders. Put a nice trend line to it. There it is. And if it breaks this neck of around 1272, the next point would be the 1350. You might want to wait till the 1350 is consolidated upon, just to make sure, the direction is a little bit clearer. Now, this is the upward scenario. So for the upwards, in my opinion, we need to come down. So if you are in a short and you didn't take profit here because it didn't meet your target, and you were waiting for the target to be met, there will be another opportunity for you to notice your short and make a decision if it makes a higher low. So if a 15-minute candle closes above this, I would consider taking serious profit from the short, because the chances of it coming back up are quite high right now due to volatility. I'm not saying that from the 1350 it can come down. We need to see what happens when it gets to that level. But where it is right now, and if you're in a short and you want to take profit, I think there will be another leg down for this formation to be complete. If the leg fails, now I'll take another path. So if we make an M formation and this leg breaks the previous, no, I'll pick white. Okay, and if this leg breaks the previous low and continues downwards, we are looking at least a technical target of this part. Again, I'm taking it level by level because we are in tricky territory, about 900. And there is confluence for this bottom level. So the confluence would be with what happens, and now I'm going to change to the monthly. What happens when the 5 crosses the 20 on the monthly? I only have once there was an 88% drop. We've had only a 54% drop. I said it last night in our Discord session. We've only had a 53% drop so far. So another 30%, there it is, would be about 800. So between the 786 level that I said it will reach, and it did reach, and the Bollinger on the monthly, the 400, there is the 800 level. That would be the technical target of the formation that we're in. And it also would be the 88% correction from the death cross here. So that's the levels that I'm looking at for the down. If it breaks the 1100/1072, where it was last night, I'm looking at 800 and then 400. I know it sounds, a 3-digit ETH sounds surreal, but that's the technical targets. And if we do hold the 1270 and we move up to the 1350, we're looking at a breather towards the wedge line that it broke out of at 1700. But that's the bullish scenario. It's I would say maybe, I don't know, 20% probable. I'm not saying it can happen, but it's hard to imagine. Let me calculate. It's hard to imagine first a 10% rise and then a 30% rise happening in this week or the next one. There have been coins that this morning had a nice lift of around 8 or 9%. So we need to keep in mind that things might go up for a breather. But we need to see what happens at this level. So the 1350 needs to be held. That's ETH. Bitcoin was equally irritating because I had a 1618 target at. I was being conservative. So the initial the level was 20,100, and I set my target to 20,500, and it came as low as 20,750. Really annoying, and I could only catch it at around, when I woke up, I was waking up every 2 hours to watch the trade. I caught it at 21,200, somewhere around here, when I realized that the biggest part of the final part of the drop is being recovered. So I took my profit somewhere around here. If you haven't taken profit because, again, you were sleeping or you weren't watching, I believe that there will be, just like for ETH, there will be another leg down if we are meant to go up. So as is at the moment, this is not a very sustainable lift, because the 1 hour is already showing signs of exhaustion. Here. So I believe we need a bit of a double bottom formation, so there will be still a chance for you to take some profit from the short. And then we need to look at the levels upwards, and the first level would be, of course, holding the 23K level. I'm rounding them up because there are loads of figures, and then the 25K level, and then the 26.5 level. The 786, I would say, is a biggie. And if it accumulates properly and if the lift from here is sustainable, then we're looking at it attacking the golden pocket. And when it goes past the golden pocket upwards, there's more chances of it moving higher. It looks a little bit improbable, just like ETH, because of the general climate where we are right now. There's a lot of negative news. I see that the least probable, somewhere about there, and then heading up to here, holding it here, here, and then maybe here. So that's the path that I see it in. Now, that's the least, again, 20% to my mind, probable. There is a lot of liquidity around the 19 and even 17,000 area. So the down scenario would be if we break the 20,000, we're looking at somewhere around 19,000 or even 17,000, and I'll show you the MAs. So this is the weekly, and we 2 times out of 3 in the past on the weekly, we met the weekly and then we broke it, and we broke it considerably. So there was a 30% drop from the weekly downwards once, and then there was just a 13% drop. So if I am to average this to a 20% drop, if we don't hold, so that if we don't hold where we are right now, which is 22/20K, and we are going to add a 20% drop, that would be 17. So that's why I'm saying that the 17, 18, 19 would be good targets. Depending again on how much you watch it, and again, you planning to take profit every step of the way so that you don't miss out on a nice move. If I am to calculate the technical target of the Head and Shoulders formation it broke out of, 18,500. And again, it's the 19K range. And again, from the percentages, the 17K range. So these would be the next levels down. We need structure to go up. That's the conclusion for both Ethereum and Bitcoin. We need proper consolidation where it is. And in order to come down, we need to break through the levels and hold below them. So closing on the hour below a level means that the next level is targeted. That's me. If you have any questions, I would gladly take them. Thank you for listening.
Thanks, Mihaela.